Hey guys, it's Stasha. I hope you're doing well today. Well, we finally got some sun going on here in Norway, but I have to keep it closed or you just won't see me. But we got some sun, so my husband is busy putting in windows in our home. Many of you guys know we bought an old home from the 30s and we've been restoring it over the past about year or so. And with all my back and forth all the time, we haven't had a chance to even install our windows that we bought like 8 months ago. So Papa's out there building, and I just wanted to make a little announcement video for all of you. First, I wanted to say thank you for everybody who was included in the healing ceremony that we did just this past weekend at the Hun Stone Rings. It was amazing. It was beautiful. The energy was intense. We had a lot of fun. Svera and Emil and I collecting sticks for all of you at the end. So if you didn't check out the healing ceremony at the Hun Stone Ring from just a few days ago, please do so. Everybody that I spoke to that saw it, that wasn't even included in the healing ceremony, said that they were actually feeling like they were miraculously healed after the just watching the video. So I think there's something very special that happens when we go to that place. So thank you to everybody who was involved in the healing. And yeah, I really don't have any more feedback from that for any of you other than the fact that everything that you wished for came true. And what I mean by that is if you were wishing to be healed, if you were wishing to have a lower energy or negative entity removed from you, it was done. All of those things have been done. Once you have the intention to show up and say, I want help, I want to get better, and you ask somebody like myself to carry out the work for you, it's done instantly because your intention was already there. I just show up and make sure that it gets done. So thank you again to everybody who trusted me with the guidance of their life and with the healing of their life this past week. The countdown begins for me today. I have less than 4 weeks before I'm leaving to California. We're working on a really big staff right now for my dear old friend Glammy Witch, or Debbie Bowen. And that one's taking a little bit of time because this is a 4.5 foot staff, so it's really big. So I'm almost done with that, and I did show you guys the grids that we used at the healing ceremony last week, and I had started showing you the next set we were making for my friend Wendy, and now these are complete. So I just want to show you how great these turned out. It's a little dark in here because it's so sunny, but this is all amethyst and selenite, and we have flint. Before I was saying it looks like bone. It's not bone, but it's flint that comes out of the ground. So it's really so old. It's fossilized all around it. And these ones are a little taller than the first set that I did that you guys saw at the Stone Ring. But they're just jam-packed with all kinds of healing goodies. Here's the last two here. Huge rose quartz on this one. But we intricately wrap these things with copper and silver wire. And what that does is it actually amplifies the healing properties of the stones that already exist. So if CERN's got you down, or HARP is messing with you, or chemtrails are making you sick, these things are amazing for that. In our Etsy shop, they are called custom bedside protection grid, I believe, because they're really meant to be around your bed when you sleep. So I've got about 2 weeks left that I can make those. So if you're interested, the Etsy shop link is in the box below. You can go ahead and pick your poison, so to speak. We can do it intuitively with you with the stones, or you can let us know what stones that you like. We also collected a lot of sticks at the end of the healing ceremony, and I have started quite a few sticks for some smaller wands. Not everyone can afford $100 for a wand. Some people can only afford 20, 30, 40. And right now we do have the double druid amethyst wand, which is like a double amethyst wand that we have in there, which I think is just like $30 or $40. But we're going to be making a couple more by this weekend or next week, and I will make sure to get those out to you because once I'm on the plane, I am gone and I'm not working. I need a break. I've been traveling so much over the past 3 years. It's starting to just drain me out. But I just wanted to let you guys know that. One other announcement I have, I did of course announce this on Facebook. If you're not friends with me on Facebook, please search for me there. Just check Stasha Erickson. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one in the world that has that name. find me, add me on Facebook, because I do a lot more updates there than I do videos on here. But many of you had showed a great interest in my spiritual guidance sessions from before. Now, a spiritual guidance session with me is basically, you can kind of ask me anything in the whole world, and I create a private YouTube video like this one, but it's private, so no one else can see it, and it's 30 minutes long. Now, for those 30 minutes, I will answer all of the questions that you have, within reason, of course. But basically, any matters related to spirituality, healing, you want to learn how to heal, you want to learn how to develop your abilities, do you want to educate yourself on certain topics that you've seen me make videos about before? Do you just have a bunch of questions about what your next 6 months looks like? Do you want me just to tap into God and ask Him what messages He has for you? There's no limits to my spiritual guidance sessions. Now, they used to cost $40, but because I'm getting ready for a trip here in a few weeks, I went ahead and reduced those down to just $30. So it's basically about $1 a minute, and really you kind of set the tone for what guidance that you would like. So that is now updated in my shop. You don't need a coupon for it. It's in the same Etsy description box below, and it is known as intuitive guidance section. Actually, I don't think I call it spiritual guidance. It's an intuitive session for 30 minutes. So those are available now if you're interested in having a one-on-one with me. And there was a couple other things that I wanted to talk about. And I usually have one thing I want to say, and then God pops in and gets me to keep talking for all of you. I wanted to talk about this earthquake situation. Now, within the past 24 hours, I have seen so many posts and news articles and videos about there going to be an earthquake in California. Now, they have been saying this stuff for so long. And yes, we had a terrible quake back in 1908 in San Francisco. That did happen. But it's just getting to the point where there's so many people focusing on the end of the world. There's so many people on YouTube that are these rapture theorists, and they are just waiting. They're almost like waiting for the end of the world to happen, and it's a really, really, really fine line. It's okay to believe in Jesus Christ. It's okay to believe that at one point we could be saved by a Savior. But what I'm really, really seeing just a horrible pattern in is people that call themselves Christian and have all this faith, and they spend every single day waiting for the end of the world. It's almost like they want it to happen. Now, I know that in the King James Bible, it says that God is allowing all this horrible stuff to happen, and that we should want the end of the world to happen, because then Jesus is going to rescue us in His big spaceship in the clouds, and He's going to take us home while everybody else down here suffers. Okay, but that's what one book says. There's a very good chance that things may not unfold like that. Also, there's many people that believe that the Freemasons, the old Freemasons, or like the Bavarian Illuminati, the old school guys, had something to do with rewriting the chapters of Revelation. Now, Revelation is the whole shebang that, like, you know, play by play kind of talks about everything that's happening right now, from the different symbolisms of, you know, the beast out of the sea, the beast with 10 horns on his head, the one that has the feet of the bear. They believe that's Russia. They believe that Russia and China and all of these places are going to come together and just blow up this planet. Earth is freaking huge, okay? This planet is so big, and I'm telling you, there's a lot more of this planet that's actually been undiscovered that people don't realize. It would take so much to cause the end of this world. The only person that could really cause the end of this world is the God that created this world. So, we have to stop waiting for an earthquake. We have to stop waiting for the rapture. There's a very good chance, I almost started crying. There's a very good chance that if all this shit goes down, that many people will not be raptured. Many people will have to stay behind and help all of the others who are lost. help all of the lost souls find their way home. You guys know I absolutely believe in Jesus Christ. I'm in a bachelor's degree program for theology. I take religion and the Word of God very seriously. However, I also don't take the word of men seriously. And most of what is in that chapter of Revelation, I believe, is a spell. I've talked about this before. I believe the King James Bible is sort of a spell book. And I don't mean the whole book. I'm talking about the one everybody has now. Now, if everyone keeps reading the chapters of Revelation over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, what do we know about spells? Why do these elite, crazy cabal people put so much symbolism in TV and movies and music videos and stuff? That's because, in music, here's another great example. Music is spells too. Like musical songs are also spells. So the more times somebody repeats this book of Revelation and reads it and reads it and reads it and is waiting for all this to go down, guess what? Eventually, it's all going to happen. So people go, oh, look, the Bible said this was going to happen. We've got earthquakes, we've got tsunamis, we've got, government problems. It's all happening. See, the Bible was right. Well, maybe if everyone stopped reading and focusing on this horrible ending to the book, then maybe these things would stop happening. Don't we realize how powerful we are in our minds and in our hearts and in our spirits? We have to stop giving our faith away so quickly. It's exactly what they want. They would love it for everybody to be like, oh yeah, now even all the Christians want the world to end because they think Jesus wants that to happen and they think they're going to be rescued from this and saved up in a spaceship while everybody else down here has to live in a burning hell on earth. Huh? I mean, if I was a Christian person that believed that, do you know what I would be doing? I would be going out and trying to help and save and educate every person around me so that nobody was left down here. We shouldn't celebrate that. I don't even celebrate the fact that evil beings need a lesson. I feel terrible for them. God created all of us. And do you think he might be a little embarrassed or feel a little sad sometimes when he sees what happened to some of his creations and what's going on down here? We have to reach out and be the influence to one another. We can't keep passing the buck and living our lives by written words. Listen to your heart. Really, we cannot pray for the end of the world to happen. Look at this beautiful planet. Huh? Look at this beautiful earth. We don't want this to end. We can't want this to end. I think I made a video about this a year ago, a podcast called It's Not the End of the World. Because it's never going to be. It's never ceased to exist. We were still finding ruins underneath the ocean in Florida and England, and they're finding, what they believe to be Mayan or Atlantean ruins. This is happening all the time. So we're not going anywhere. No one is going to destroy this planet. There is not going to be an end of the world. We have to stop looking for an easy way out, and we have to start working hard. Share your truths with the people around you. It's not about pushing your opinion on somebody, but educate people. Let them know that there is so much more to life. There should not be any more separation even between religions. The religions themselves have created the separation. There's nothing wrong with Muslims. There's nothing wrong with Jews. There's nothing wrong with Christians. There's nothing wrong with anybody of any measure of faith. What there is wrong with is this prejudice and the separation that is existing when we divide ourselves. This is why I'm trying to learn new languages and stuff like that. I'm almost 40 years old right now. I'm still learning new languages because I feel that the lack of communication is the most of the problem that we have in this world. People totally misunderstand each other's backgrounds and they attack them too quickly. If you're not familiar with my channel or you're new to this place, scroll through a playlist that I have on this channel, and it is known as, it's called The Message. Now, themessagesonline.com, I pulled the website down, but all the content is free here on my YouTube channel. Watch the video I made called It's Not the End of the World. Also, check out the videos that I've done about the Kaaba. I'm not from Islam. I don't study Islam, but guess what? I started to see several years ago that there was a huge divide happening in Norway and in America and in the UK and all over the place, where everyone started hating Islam and Muslims all of a sudden. And it's like, okay, yes, I found some dark stuff. I've read the Talmud. Whoa. The Babylonian Talmud is the scariest book I've ever read. They talk about like shitting on Jesus Christ in hell, that he's in hell burning with excrement all over his face and body. If you're a Jewish person and you haven't read the Talmud, please educate yourself. So yeah, there's a lot of scary stuff out there, but do I collectively blame an entire people because of that? No. Who knows what their rabbis or pastors actually teach them when they go to temple every week? When we're bogged down by work and school and jobs and families, do we have time to really sit and properly study the religious books that our faith is attached to? You know? Not really. So, I was just going to say stop worrying about earthquakes, but, you know, Papa has a lot of stuff that he likes me to sneak in to these videos. You know, half the videos I start off talking about wands or readings, and before I know it, I'm really giving you the divine information that I was really meant to sit here and push record about today. I don't care if anybody buys a reading or if anybody buys ways to protect themselves. I'm just trying to help. You know what I'm saying? I'm here just to help people in whatever way that I can. And today that was on my mind. It's really sad to me that people pray for the end of the world. Don't do that. There is so much beauty. There's nature, there's animals, there's children, there's trees, there's flowers. Everything. That's not going to end. Not on my watch. So please, if you're a true Christian that has true belief and faith in God and in Jesus Christ and everything that you claim to yourself to be a Christian about, then stop praying for the end of the world. You should pray for peace, understanding, forgiveness, and healing. This is what we need. We're sick of clean slates. We cannot clean slate it out anymore. There's no more flood. There's no more, oh, Noah's perfect. He can stay, but everybody else has to go. That shit is done. It is done. We're all equal. We're all the same. And we all deserve a chance to live and be happy and be on this planet and prove our purpose. We're not going to repeat Atlantis again. We're not going to repeat Egypt again. We're not going to repeat, what was that other one? There's been so many civilizations, guys. Remember that. And remember that I love you.